Now, before you got here, I was asking people. You know how many niggas right now didn't get nothing from they bitches at all?
Yeah, like it's crazy because I started last year, last Christmas, preaching like to females, just cater to and spoil your man. If he a good man and he doing what he's supposed to do as far as the dynamic of family, because it's hard in this country. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of women, they scarred from having to raise kids alone because they were fucking and not paying attention and not like
Mm-hmm.
actually mixing, trying to keep babies, to keep a nigga and shit. They going through it. You get you a good nigga on your team, you gotta reciprocate that energy, or a nigga will get tired. The same way a female get tired of putting in and don't get nothing out. So
Mm-hmm.
I started, and it really opened my eyes to how many females like they do it because of just like the dude you just had on here. Niggas don't really say nothing. Like they know they can get away with it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
in my city, we got this little thing where the niggas be like, they start posting around this time. We don't want no Christmas baskets because they know a bitch gonna pull up at the corner store and get one of them baskets that got the boxes in it. Some of the
Yuck.
polo cologne that got three men on one horse, like
Yeah.
some bullshit, and they gonna get. And
Yuck.
the niggas really ain't gonna. They just gonna take it and they ain't gonna say nothing. But like the dude on your live, bro, if you know your worth, you wouldn't even take that shit.
No, no, but I'm not taking it. Period. I can be not be worth shit. I'm just not taking that shit. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you and your wage cap. Like, not, that would have caused the whole problem. Like I could have been the worst nigga in the world, but bitch, I ain't taking no wage cap from you because I don't
Right,
have to. I'm not doing that. No, you could have just made me a sandwich. Fuck you, bitch. I ain't. No, I'm not dealing with that because that's, to me, that's a ultimate disrespect.
right.
Because a wave cap is in a package and shit. The bitch all glittery and it's like here, like a gift. That ain't no fucking gift. Not to
Right.
me. No, it ain't.
See,
But so the.
this is what females don't understand. It's so many niggas that they have never had a woman genuinely do for them,
Mm,
that a lot of them you could change the way a nigga looking at you just by
mm,
being organic about the things that you giving outside of sex. Like stop just
mm,
trying to give him your pussy and your
mm.
attitude towards trying to control him into being monogamous with you, and genuinely listen to and pay attention to what the nigga like, and
Mm,
and hand him gifts based on it. I call it giving fruit. That's where,
mm,
if you go shopping at the grocery store, you shopping for fruit, you got to look at that shit. You shopping
mm,
for some canned goods, you can just grab that shit off the shelf. It's
mm.
in a can. But you
Yeah,
pick up an apple, some banana, you got to look at it, make sure that shit ain't bruised up. Give a nigga fruit. Like, hand
that's
them
a
shit
fact.
that you know organically. I paid attention all year to what you like, what you don't like. I listen to the thing, because this is what we want them to do for us.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll have a leg to stand on when you want to have a conversation with a nigga about up and how he treating you or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
most females, they kind of just I can be honest, for females, we go with what a nigga gonna let us get away with.
Now, okay, now why? Tell what, like, why do y'all fuck with us like that? Why try, man? Like, why we don't get that shit? Because we come in, we be like, hey, why are you trying me like that? Like, is it for attention? If you want some attention or you want some dick in your mouth, why don't you just say that? Like,
It's
what?
to be honest, it's a lot of us have not been with a grown man. I'm gonna
Mm,
just be blunt with you. Most of us, and it's a bunch of females can get on here and they're gonna try to say the con. Most of these hoes have not been with a real man, so we
mm,
don't know how to treat a real man. So we do everybody how we did the first little boy. We was fucked up by that dog that's out, bitch. We
mm,
hand you whatever because we feel like you gonna get us in the end anyway. So you
mm,
know what? Fuck it. If he like it, he like it. If he don't, he don't. If I can get more out of him than he getting out of me, then cool. I won. But see, like when you mature and you do work on yourself, you will only attract, what you worthy of. And when you get a
mm.
real man in your life, it just come up out you. Submission come up out you, caring about what they like, not trying them with some bullshit ass gifts and shit. You can say all that shit you want about the holidays, and it's the thought that count. But bitch, the same way we feel about the things that a nigga give us, you will have that same respect for the man. It's just certain shit you won't do.
Mm-hmm. Because I say all the time, you got to put us first. You got to put us first. If you don't put us first, everything gonna fall. It's no way y'all can lead a house. It's not even possible for y'all to lead a house. So we got to be first. So you got to make that nigga happy first before anything. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you this: what are some things you could suggest to these women not to do in the house?
So for me, I always say if it's not some shit you gonna leave over, it ain't worth you reacting emotionally to. And then I tell
Mm,
women, when you do and when you have things that your man is doing that you have a problem with, a lot of females, because they haven't done the work on themselves, they toxic. I would say get out of the relationship, go work on self, but most hoes ain't gonna do that. So what I say is, when you do want to have a conversation with your man about some shit you got a problem with, go out to eat. Go somewhere public where you will have to be a lady when you address the things. It almost forces you to respect the conversation dynamic, meaning letting you finish. You can't overtalk them. You can't yell. You can't. Now,
Mm-hmm.
some hoes just ghetto. You might go out to eat at a restaurant. They still gonna act hood. But for the most part, any woman with some class, if I do got a problem with some shit you did, if we go out to a restaurant and sit down and we talk about it there, I have to carry myself a certain way because we in pub. This shit will train you into like listening and actually letting the person finish before you start talking. It'll help a lot of hoes with the stuff that they are not good at when it comes to communication.
Yeah, like because a lot of times they don't communicate. They yell, and something else I tell them, they make our lives harder. Like, no, your job is to make it easier. Like it's not meant to.
I will say this in the defense of females, a lot of them that listen to you and that listen to me, they take what we say and try to apply it with a little boy. And then that's why they come back and tell us that we wrong. So it's a lot of females that I can tell from watching some of your clips, they can't agree with you. And I can tell right off because you applying the shit he's saying with niggas that ain't worthy of that. This stuff we talking about, letting a man lead, that don't work with a little boy. He don't even know where he going. He's still trying to find himself. Nigga just trying to get his dick wet and get some money and feel like he's somebody right now until he figure out whether he want to be a real father or a grown man or a business or what. A lot of females listening to what we saying and they taking it back to toxic relationships, and then of course it ain't working, so it look like we wrong.
Oh no, listen, over here we never wrong. Fuck them hoes. Like shit, they don't want to listen. Fuck them hoes. Nah, like it's on y'all. It's on y'all. You don't gotta listen. But the thing is, the people that do listen, they're going to excel. Right. They're going to get their nigga to act different. They're going to get like I be telling them the attraction level. Like, okay, like for instance, if you got a problem with me, don't come nag at me with no bonnet on your head because I don't even hear you. Make yourself look good. Like make yourself look good. Wet your lips. Have your ass hanging out and say, baby, I got a problem. Okay, what's up? What's your problem?
It's crazy because I did a one-on-one phone call earlier in the exact same thing you saying. Like this female, she was like, well, love, I get I fucked up, but how do I get them back? Like, how do I get back to how we were? And I'm like, the same way you got them. It's like once we get in with a nigga, we forget you got them with the power of the essence of a woman, the power of a pussy, like being feminine. Like that's how you got his attention at first. That's why he wanted to smash at first. Like go back to that. Go back to being soft. Stop trying to be a nigga mama. Go back to creating vibes. Go back to romance. Go back to like, you know, that whole stage where you have butterflies in your stomach when the man calling you back and y'all like go back to allowing him to be masculine and you be feminine. Like 86, this whole thugged out ass, I'm gonna make a nigga do what I want him to do type shit.
But see, it may be too far gone for her anyway. It may be too far gone. Like sometimes y'all think that they can get us back. Oh no, we already done with you. You just don't know it yet. We already gone. Because you done put in so much anger, and like now I only associate you with being a bitch. Once I associate you with being a bitch, it don't matter what the fuck you do. I'm gone.
And see, I did a live on. I basically told females, I'm like, if you argue too much at home, your household, your actual house, your address becomes symbolic of that. Meaning, when it's time for a nigga to go home, he automatically associates home with arguing and fighting. I tell females, if every time a nigga come home, he make it in the house, he take off his shoes in the bedroom, and that's when you start nagging, y'all bedroom now becomes symbolic of negative shit. Next thing you know, a nigga laid up in another bitch bedroom who don't got that fucking label on it.
Hello,
and then females can't understand, but you create, it's just like if you work at a job that's stressful. When it's time to go to work, you start thinking about that stress you about to be under. It's the same thing with home.
Yeah, have you noticed that a lot of women that don't bring nothing to the table demand a lot from men? Have you just noticed that?
Absolutely. But I feel like a lot of our upbringing, like that's what they mamas taught them because that's the mindset they had. But the issue be none of the people teaching this and living like this can maintain healthy relationships. So it's like, I don't understand why they keep carrying it. And this is the reason why females be hating me, but they won't block me. They won't get off my lives. They watch every time to just say that they a victim of Love Dorsey speeches or she cussing us out on the live, helping these niggas again. But it's like, why you won't leave? Because deep down, you know, the shit y'all doing don't make no sense. You don't even have enough going on to be like making these niggas like do all this extra shit that y'all asking for. And then I feel like nowadays, and I know a lot of females gonna hate me for saying this, but bitches don't be practical. The way this country set up, the way bills is, the way you can't just be sitting around thinking your looks and your pussy gonna actually help you maintain a relationship with a real man. You could get a little boy. You can get a nigga out the projects that ain't got shit going on. But like a grown man, you're not gonna be able to maintain no relationship with this man based on just that.
No, that's actually impossible. And I told the girl before, like, you ain't getting no nigga to work alone without bringing nothing to yourself, baby. You can get them niggas that smell like outside all day long, but if all you got is his ass and mouth, baby, that shit ain't going nowhere. What the fuck is you playing with? Like a lot of times, and a lot of times with men, we get so much pressure when we come in the house. A bitch is nagging. A bitch is just like, okay, now let me ask you a question. What do you, from your experience being a female, what the fuck causes bitches to nag?
So again, it goes back to that victim mentality. Like they don't accept that, okay, let me put it like this. I got a saying, I call it coffee club shit. Like, I worked at this job, right? And of course, in order to be going in the cafeteria getting coffee, you got to let them take X amount out your check, like $3 a week or some shit like that, right? So it would always be people walking around the office upset that some people would be in there getting coffee that wasn't paying into the coffee club, right? So they making noise about this. But they never made enough noise to actually like upset HR to lose their job. Meaning you coming in every day, you complaining about shit that you ain't willing to leave the job for. It ain't worth your check. It ain't worth your benefits and shit. It's almost like you just following the birds in the office. Y'all just keep talking about coffee club shit. I feel like females sit online and they watch movies and they listen to what other broken bitches is telling them about what they should confront their man about. And it's never no shit they actually gonna leave over. It's never no shit they actually hold enough to, address with some sense and with some management of emotions. I feel like they're doing it just because it's a learned behavior. Like, I feel like a bitch don't put no thought behind it. It's like it's programmed in you to have to say something to a nigga. And no grown man that's whole, no king, gonna go for that. They just ain't. And you can't be submissive and vulnerable in the presence of somebody that you checking like a child.
You know what? Like, I think you just struck an emotion in me because, you know what I'm saying? Because like it's so many of us that deal with that dumbass shit. And when I say it, they want me smoked or something. They like, hey, nah, you're wrong. You're evil. You don't like bitches. No, I don't. I don't like that side of y'all. I don't. I like women. And that's what they don't process. They don't process. I like women. I don't like bitches. I don't like the little nag, and I don't like the eye rolling and all that shit. Because once I done hit you, listen, a lot of times women don't even know, man. Once we done fucked you 60 times, your pussy means nothing over to us. Nothing. Your pussy and mouth is trash. That's like, we don't give a fuck. We already done been through the whole house.
This is why I tell women, and they can't, like when I start talking, they be so offended at first they can't hear past like the stuff I just said. But I always tell women, like, you need to have sexual boundaries, meaning like as you dating niggas, you gradually get into full-fledged fucking, meaning like limit the positions, bitch. Limit how much you give up until you see the shit going somewhere. Get to know the man. Understand what y'all doing, meaning like, do he actually mess well with you? It's so many women, they want the nigga that they talking to be monogamous with them right now. But if you really learned that nigga, he probably don't even got enough going on for you to even want him to just be locked in with you. But bitches is just so fixed on like, I gotta have a nigga, or I gotta have, they willing to take whatever and control them. And it's like you ain't, half of these females, they ain't even with a man that's able to be mature because they like his drill sergeant or his motherfucking coach or it ain't what it is.
No, I said that last week too. Like, and with pussy too. If a nigga is fucking you up your ass within a month, y'all dead. That shit over.
Of course.
That shit over. That shit over. Like, you can't even fuck a man that many times back to back. Because I told one of my homegirls, the more you fuck him, the less we starting to like you. You fucking that nigga 3, 4, 5 times a day, you got a month and a half with me, max.
The real problem with that is most of the people that's fucking a lot, they not doing a lot of the other stuff that's more meaningful. So what happens is the sex becomes norm and it loses its wow factor. And then now the other stuff that you should have been building, you don't have that built up. So then the toxic shit starts where you try to do anything to spark some emotion out of the man so you can feel love. And then of course y'all make up and you trying to use sex. And after, he a nigga, he gonna take it. Don't mean y'all, females love to say like, well, he won't leave me alone. Anybody gonna come back and keep getting some free shit. You gonna keep giving that pussy away for free. He gonna keep coming back. It don't mean he love you. It don't mean he want to be monogamous with you. It don't mean he want to marry you.
Not a lot of times they don't even realize that we just fuck anyway. It don't mean nothing to us. Like, I say this so much. I could fuck somebody at 9 in the morning and I done forgot by 2. It don't mean nothing to me. It don't. I just needed you for that second and then I'm done with your ass. Yep. And it's like drilling it through their minds. Like, a lot of women don't even process the thought of he want to fuck with you and he want to fuck you. Them two different motherfucking things, baby. Like, come on. Those two things don't cross. You know what I'm saying? And a woman will say, yeah, he wants me. No, I want to fuck you. That's it. about 4 times, block your number, and keep moving. Go back to my bitch. That's how shit works. You know what I'm saying? And it's a frustrating thing because if y'all species would try to listen and understand us more, they'll get further instead of
A lot
locking
of
it in
times
their
we
mind.
listen. First of all, we've been like almost bred and conditioned to believe that, you know, we're a victim of men, right? This is what's been going on in this country like for a while now. And then on top of that, we don't know how to manage emotions. We were never taught that. So, you know, I can give a pass. Most women, even men, like there was no class growing up. Here's how you manage emotions. Here's when this particular feeling comes over you because of someone else's action. Here is what you do. So a bitch don't know how to manage their emotions. They out here, and then most people, when they fucking somebody, they think the sex mean the same to them as what it means to the other person. That is why when a female catch a nigga cheating, she always feel like, why are you doing this to me? And look what you did. But like you say, it don't even mean close to you what it means to the nigga, but you're not listening long enough to understand. Niggas fuck for exercise, niggas fuck as an outlet, niggas fuck to feel more like a man because of some shit a bitch from the past did to them. Like niggas have shit going on sexually that has nothing to do with no love, no emotions, no companionship, no monogamy, but females just automatically feel like if my nigga fucked around with you or whatever, it was because he's trying to leave me for you, or there's something, or what she got that I don't got, or why are you doing this to me? And a person's, I told females this a long time ago, and a lot of them, it went over their head. A man's actions out in the world be a reflection of what he feeling and what he got going on. It's not a reflection of you.
It's submission is a big role too. You gotta submit to him because when you don't submit, you taking away everything that makes us a man.
Exactly.
Like I'm not coming in the house to lock horns with you, baby girl. I'm not gonna do that because if I gotta lock horns with you, that's like nigga shit. I gotta lock horns with niggas outside. I don't gotta do that shit.
You know what? It's so many of us. Like I'm not gonna front because I'm hood. We come from a place where we're being raised to believe that that is how you're supposed to act. You gotta keep this nigga in check, and you gotta. It took for me to go through a period in my life where I was working on self, and I realized like I just want to be a woman. Like I want to have feminine moments and blog where I can just be vulnerable in the presence of my. You already got to be tough out in the world. You got to go to work as a woman and handle yourself a certain way so you don't get underpaid for the same jobs that men do. You got, you know what I'm saying? You just got to. I'm in the music industry. I got to carry myself a certain way when I'm in these studios. When I with my nigga, the same way a nigga be feeling like, damn, I wish he just let me be a man. I just want to be a bitch. Well, I just want to take these panties off. I just want to lay down like nigga. You know, what you want to eat, what you want to do, rub on me, I'm a rub on. I ain't with it. And I think a lot of women, if they really go take the time to work on self, they'll realize I'm better at being feminine than I am at trying to like be a nigga.
Actually, you fully right. But how these hoes gonna work on self? They don't want to. How these hoes gonna work on self when the music telling them not to?
That's true.
How? Like how? Like from coming from a man, it's so easy to deal with us, man. It's so easy. But the thing is, when you make it hard, we're gonna make it harder for you. That's just what it is. Like it's nothing you can do. If you be my partner, be my friend, and I can talk to you, I want to be able to be out and look at a girl ass and be like, damn, her shit fat, ain't it, baby? You know what I'm saying? Like I want you to be my friend. If you're not my friend, it's a job. What the fuck? And I be trying to tell them.
But it's like it's so much unrealistic shit being taught. It's like even for example, how we on Instagram right now. I do so many counseling sessions with females that they genuinely believe like niggas should not be flirting on Instagram or Facebook, and they should not be liking girls' pictures and commenting. It's like, bitch, this is the internet. This is social. It is unrealistic to believe that nowadays, unless you with a man that has really like I'm talking about he just old, meaning he done matured so much that he done everything. It's unrealistic to just believe you're gonna control the actions of a motherfucker on the app. And I be surprised at how many females won't admit that we lust and we like and we comment and we
That's
flirt.
all we be trying to say.
Yeah, I do it all the time, and I wouldn't want my nigga to feel like I'm some sort of wrong ass person because I'm just being a human being. Like I know respect, I understand boundaries, but bitch, I'm a person. Like I just feel like we're being taught like a lot of the wrong shit, so it's hard to get it right. I feel like a bitch got to go do work on self, and it start with goals, it start with boundaries, it start with understanding and managing your emotions. I feel like that's if I couldn't tell a bitch nothing else, if you go work on the management of your emotions, you will become like more feminine. You will learn how to submit to a man. You will
Mm-hmm.
understand why you react a certain way to the stuff that you react to that really don't be shit done to you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a you issue. Most of the stuff that females feel like a nigga did to them, they did it to themselves based on the mismanagement or misapplying an emotion.
Yeah, listen, over here it's their fault anyway. I don't give a fuck if we did it or not, because over here we fight back. We fight the oppressor. I don't give a fuck what it is. I tell people all the time, over here you ain't never wrong. She did that shit. Fuck her. Because it's a long list of people that have been through so much. So I got to get that back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, it's abuse. Like it's a mental
Well,
abuse that we. Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm big on, like, I don't feel like relationships is about right or wrong. Like, even the
Mm.
dude that got the wave cap for Christmas, I don't feel like it was a right or a wrong. I feel like relationships are about understanding. So I don't feel like it's that the lady was
Baby,
wrong.
you cannot make me understand handing me no wage cap. It's no getting
No,
around it. If you can.
what I'm saying is there is a lack of understanding between those
Oh,
two. That's
between
why
him.
he
Okay,
got
cool.
a wave cap. Like, where
Okay.
there is understanding, it won't be about right or wrong. Certain shit just won't be done because we understand one another. If
Well,
you
she
know
did that
your
shit on
nigga,
purpose, though. There's no way that's common sense. You did that on purpose. On Christmas, you handed a nigga a wage cap. You did that on purpose.
me speculating, I feel like, because of the way he was talking to you, I feel like he told her over and over again that she didn't have to get him nothing. I don't know if it's based on their finances or whatever, but I feel like he told her that, I'm good, babe. I got everything I want. And then I feel like at the last minute, somebody or something happened to her. She felt like she needed to get something, and the bitch grabbed that. That's what I feel. I feel
But
like
that's still nothing, though. It's still nothing.
it is. But him as a man, he don't know his worth, because if you working, paying bills, if even his demeanor showed that he has some sort of respect for her in the house. Bro, you're letting a bitch try you. And I'm big on personal accountability.
Mm,
Niggas got to start owning their worth. The same way I would
mm.
tell a hurt female that keep letting the nigga just dog her out, bitch, you got to go realize your worth. I would tell him that, say, you sitting around letting a bitch try you, like in a house where you pay bills, you sleep. And then, like you told him, what is you scared of? You afraid to go say that, hey, I ain't really feeling this wave cap. That's flaw. For him to sit on your page and say to you, yeah, bro, I ain't feeling it. But you can't tell her, if you in a household laying next to somebody, fucking on them, opening yourself up to them, you vulnerable because y'all in each other's space,
Mm-hmm.
that you can't tell how you really feel to. That's a problem.
Yeah, I'm just not going. Like it's just it doesn't make sense to me. I'm just not going. Like because you would be mad if I came up to you on Christmas and I gave you a box of Little Debbie cakes and I said, "Hey, baby, for you." You'll be mad as a motherfucker.
Definitely.
Yeah, you probably you'll be disgusted. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be the victim. Now, a lot of times they do play the victim too much. That's one thing I can't stand. If you did it, why is it so hard for them to own up to anything they done?
Because we
Can you?
taught it is like, there are females that will take my live and share it and
Mm,
like literally be upset. I want to beat my ass because they genuinely feel like niggas did something to them, when the door always worked for everybody. You're never a victim of nothing when the option is for you to leave. Like, you can
mm,
leave, you choose
mm,
to stay. That's a choice.
mm.
I feel like we was brought up to. I feel like it's a lot of hoes seeing their mama be a victim of. She was a victim of their daddy and every other nigga that tried to come be a man in the household. They mama act like a nigga. They grow up. That's the only way they know. And if you
Mm.
don't have no real woman come in your life and kind of help guide you in a different direction, you gonna do the same shit.
Yeah, like I also learned when you dealing with women, if nobody around them got structure or marriage, you gotta stay away from her. Throw that
Yep.
pussy back. Because she's only gonna clone what she around, what she see. Okay, they're yelling, they got an attitude, that's what she's gonna clone. And like for us, we can't be successful with that type of shit. We need a certain type of energy. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? We want our bitch to be our everything when we walk in the house. You know what I'm saying? Or what's the point of me coming back to the house and shit?
Yep.
Because back when I used to be a very bad guy. And I used to sleep with countless women whenever I wanted to for no reason. If I'm unhappy about anything, but I used to make it anything. Like, so if you okay, like I don't eat meat. So if I walked in a bitch house and she was frying chicken, I used that as an excuse to go fuck somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't considerate to, you know what? Let me stop saying that shit because you know what? It sounds sick. So I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna leave that word where it's at because I sound sick. But other than that though, like I really want you. I